Since the release of DeepSeek R1, it has been making waves in the AI tech world, so much that it's impacted major financial markets and undoubtedly made the big players stop and take notice. But why? And how can using DeepSeek R1 benefit you? To date, the AI landscape has been dominated by major players like ChatGPT, Claude, Google, and your Microsofts of the world. And at its core, AI is really a program, and these programs have the fancy name of models. Historically, these models have been stored behind closed doors in one central location. Over time, they've grown to become ridiculously massive, and all that data needs to be stored somewhere. This requires huge server farms, powerful computing capabilities, and other significant resources, costing millions, if not billions, to operate and maintain. The key point is when you use a model, say like ChatGPT, because it stores data on everything, any question put through the system is run through the entire model, trying to get the best response. Using this one-size-fits-all approach consumes a lot of resources, and you can make the case this is pretty inefficient. So the big box office draw with DeepSeek R1 is it's been designed to be more efficient, resourceful, and cost-effective, and doesn't rely on a single massive model. Instead, DeepSeek R1 uses 257 smaller models, each one being good at a specific task. Now, while it's not known which each specific model does, it stands to reason that each model is used for a specific task. For example, a model dedicated to factual knowledge, another dedicated to problem solving, another for creative tasks, another for math, etc. These specialized models are referred to as experts. So when you ask a question, DeepSeek R1 selects up to 4 experts that are best suited for the task rather than running your request through the entire model. What makes DeepSeek R1 stand out is its ability to assign tasks to experts that are specifically trained for different aspects of a problem, therefore making the entire model more efficient. But where things get muddy and even controversial is when you start digging into how DeepSeek R1 really operates, as there seems to be 2 main schools of thought in play. One side states DeepSeek R1 uses a form called model distillation, while another claims it uses MO, or mixture of experts. For your benefit, think of model distillation like a student-teacher relationship. The teacher trains the student to mimic their behavior, with the goal being to transfer the knowledge from the teacher to the student without the student needing to know everything, rather just the essential knowledge to get the job done. With model distillation, the knowledge gets compressed and works more efficiently. The other school of thought is MO, or mixture of experts. In basic terms, instead of using one big AI model, MO splits the system into many smaller experts trained for specific tasks. The key is when someone asks a question, it gets routed to the best expert to answer it. Therefore, the whole model becomes more efficient because questions get routed to the appropriate expert, instead of having to use the whole model to answer questions. Personally, I think DeepSeek R1 likely combines both methods, and I can see the case for both sides. But in the end, I tend to favor MO as the more predominant approach. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments as to how you think DeepSeek R1 operates. Now, no matter how you think DeepSeek R1 works, what really sets it apart is its performance in 2 key areas: chain of thought and reinforced learning. Chain of thought is nothing new, and it's where you ask the model to think out loud, explain its reasoning, and show its work. However, where most models fall short is they tend to give bland, flat responses when asked to show chain of thought. But what DeepSeek R1 allows you to do is go in depth, and it literally shows you the step-by-step thought process behind how it drew that conclusion. What makes this so effective is if the response is off, you can pinpoint where the correction needs to be made. Put another way, DeepSeek R1 will transparently walk you through each step of the chain of thought process in real time instead of offering a simple summary. Another area where DeepSeek R1 shines is with reinforcement learning. You see, most AI models have been trained by being given the question and then told what the correct answer is, which requires a lot of human intervention. But the way DeepSeek R1 works is it learns through trial and error, and it refines responses over time, which leads to being efficient. Think of it like this. It's like teaching a dog new tricks. DeepSeek R1 gets rewards or penalties based on its responses and actions. The key takeaway in all this is that DeepSeek R1 has been designed to operate on a smaller, more efficient model that runs at a fraction of the cost. It avoids the one-size-fits-all approach and uses fewer resources. But despite all these benefits, there are some drawbacks. some of which are when you use smaller models, they lack the extensiveness of a larger model. They're also more prone to hallucinations, which is when AI generates incorrect answers. However, surprisingly, DeepSeek R1 is good at recognizing hallucinations and fixing them, which is interesting. Another drawback is DeepSeek may struggle with complex or highly nuanced requests. While we're at it, let's be real here. At some point, there will most likely be disputes, accusations, or other nonsense surrounding DeepSeek R1. Yet despite the potential downsides, one of DeepSeek R1's biggest advantages is its open source nature, allowing developers to innovate at a lower cost. In fact, you could argue that DeepSeek R1 has helped democratize AI, making these tools more accessible rather than keeping them locked within big tech. Yet despite all the claims, could DeepSeek turn out to be one big psyop, similar to how PowerLeader was caught removing the label from an Intel i3 processor many years ago? We'll see how that plays out. Ultimately, DeepSeek R1 was built using some clever techniques that allow it to compete with major players at a fraction of the cost, bringing advanced AI to more people than ever before. It's an exciting time in the AI space, and it'll be interesting to see where things go from here. Let me know what you think.